Hey everybody, it's Tim Miller from the Bulwark. The Harris campaign is out with a new ad this morning, and to be honest, I had to take a minute to compose myself before I came to tape this video because it is extremely powerful. It underlines what is obviously going to be a core message for them going into the fall, and it is titled Monster. Let's just watch the ad together.
I've never slept a full night in my entire life. I was 5 years old when my stepfather abused me for the first time. I just felt like I was alone on a planet with a monster. I was 12 when he impregnated me. I just remember thinking, I have to get out of my skin. I can't be me right now. Like, this can't be it. I didn't know what to do. I was a child. I didn't know what it meant to be pregnant at all. But I had options. Because Donald Trump overturned Roe v. Wade, girls and women all over the country have lost the right to choose, even for rape or incest. Donald Trump did this. He took away our freedom.
I'm Kamala Harris, and I approve this message.
The ad features Hadley from Kentucky. Just an unbelievably brave young woman to tell her story like this. The picture of her from age 12 with the braces is just, it's too much to take, to be honest. Her story is powerful because just the horrors that she went through, of course, because of the monstrous way in which she was treated. But it's powerful in a political sense, in addition to kind of this emotional valence, because the Harris campaign continues to really be very deliberate about reaching out to the broadest middle part of the country on this issue of abortion. There's ways to talk about abortion that really, I think, galvanizes the progressive base, and they do some of that for sure. But there's a big portion of this country, people that might even do actually consider themselves pro-life, and it's something that I can relate to. These are kind of people that are aligned with my views, that really do value the life of the unborn, but also want there to be basic rights for young women that go through these horrible situations, that want women that if you're pro-life, that also means that the mother's life needs to be valued, and you have to treat them with dignity. You have to give them the care that they need, and you have to give them the medical attention that they need. And I just think the Harris campaign continues to sort of talk about these circumstances where either, in a previous ad that we'd analyzed, where the mother wanted a child, but was having medical difficulties and wasn't able to get that treated. That is a horrible story in its own right. We all know women that have gone through that, families, couples that have gone through that. And then in this case, it's these stories that are just out on the very edge of the worst of humanity, that young girls could be treated like this. And, the idea that somebody that is raped by their father or stepfather or uncle at age 12, couldn't, would be forced to carry that incest rape baby to term. There's just a very small percentage of people that are for that. That is just not a popular position. It is not a humane position. It is not something that a lot of people who consider themselves pro-life think should be the law. And so for the Harris campaign to really dial in on that, I think broadens this message out as much as possible, and that is in line with the freedom message, which they get to at the end of this ad, about how Donald Trump did this. He took away our freedom. Donald Trump did this. He took away our freedom. Very simple, declarative, direct, and again, something that resonates with people that support basic freedoms, that maybe identify as, a conservative or moderate or whatever. They identify as people that believe in basic freedoms and rights, and again, maybe are even pro-life, and that this is a way to speak to them in language that resonates by sharing this story that would move anybody with a soul. Two other things on this. Hadley, who you may have seen because she's done some of the interview circuit as well, ran a similar ad for Andy Beshear, Democratic governor of Kentucky, who won in a red state, with this being a big focus. I want to show you her ad that she did in the governor's race as well.
I was raped by my stepfather after years of sexual abuse. I was 12. Anyone who believes there should be no exceptions for rape and incest could never understand what it's like to stand in my shoes. This is to you, Daniel Cameron. To tell a 12-year-old girl she must have the baby of her stepfather who raped her is unthinkable. I'm speaking out because women and girls need to have options. Daniel Cameron would give us none.
Again, extremely powerful. I think that, you can see that the pros are doing this with the Harris ad, tugs at the heartstrings a little more. Both ads, though, are just unbelievably powerful. And I like Hadley, God love her. The willingness to just put yourself out there to this degree is something I really admire. So good on her. The other thing that you might have noticed in the Harris ad, underneath the comes in around maybe the 10-second mark, you have the Billie Eilish song "When the Party's Over." A couple of the lyrics from that song are going to make me choke up. Quiet when I'm coming home and I'm on my own. I could lie, say I like it like that. This kind of notion that Hadley alludes to, that how she could be on her own, that she could be forced into this situation and be left out on her own because of the monster that did it to her, and also because of some of these just absurdly draconian laws that have been put into place since the overturn of Roe. A very powerful pairing. And it's also worth mentioning, because I don't think we've brought it up on the page yet. Yesterday, Billie Eilish officially endorsed Harris, and obviously there was a tie in there that endorsement came yesterday and the day before this ad came out, and she made that endorsement in a video with her brother Phineas. Let's watch that.
Today is National Voter Registration Day, and we are asking you to please join us in going to iwillvote.com to check your status and vote early like we do.
We are voting for Kamala Harris and Tim Walz because they are fighting to protect our reproductive freedom, our planet, and our democracy.
We can't let extremists control our lives, our freedoms, and our future. The only way to stop them and the dangerous Project 2025 agenda is to vote and elect Kamala Harris.
Vote like your life depends on it, because it does.
Go to iwillvote.com and make a plan to vote early.
Love you guys.
So there it is, and you can see how this stuff all plays together. This has been was a critical issue for Democrats in the midterms. I mean, they won in Kentucky with Andy Beshear, but you saw it in the other states, and I think that they are deftly deploying the abortion issue, both in a way through Billie Eilish and others that kind of motivates maybe younger voters who aren't as engaged to get engaged, to register, to turn out to vote, while also having the messaging kind of appeal to the middle swing voters that they're going to need to get. Well done. Excellent. And appreciate Hadley for putting herself forward. And we will be back here with more. We're all keeping an eye out on the ad game. The ads coming from both sides. If we see things that catch our eye, we'll make sure to share them with you here. Subscribe to the feed. Give us a like. We'll see you all soon. Peace.